What if I told you a simple Texas state quarter, yes, the one jingling in your pocket, could be worth a staggering $1.30 million? Sounds crazy, right? But before you start rating your couch cushions, let's break down what makes this quarter so valuable, what to look for, and whether you might be holding a jackpot in your spare change. I've seen plenty of wild coin sales over the years, but this one takes the cake. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why. First, let's talk about the Texas state quarter itself. It was minted in 2004 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, celebrating each state with its own unique design. Texas, the Lone Star State, got its own quarter featuring a large Texas map with a stera lasso-like rope wrapped around the design. The words, "The Lone Star State," proudly displayed. This quarter was minted in Philadelphia, P mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco, S for proof sets. But today, we're focusing on the Philadelphia minted 2004 P Texas quarter. Now, most of these quarters are worth just 25 cents, maybe a little more in mint condition. But one rare 2004 P Texas quarter has been valued at $1.3 million. So what's the deal? Alright, let's cut to the chase. If you're thinking, what makes this one quarter so special? The answer is an extremely rare error. Some reports suggest that this 2004 P Texas quarter has a unique, possibly one-of-a-kind mint error that makes it insanely valuable. Now, keep in mind, not every rumor in the coin world turns out to be true, but if a collector is willing to pay over $1 million, then something big is happening. Here are a few possible reasons this quarter might have reached such a sky-high value. Major double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once by the minting press, creating a doubled image on the coin. If the doubling is dramatic, collectors go wild. Off metal strike. If this quarter was accidentally struck on a different metal planchet, like silver or gold, it would be extremely rare. Full brokerage error. This occurs when a previously struck coin gets in the way of a new blank planchet, creating a mirrored image on one side. Wrong planchet error. If a Texas quarter was mistakenly struck on a dime or nickel planchet, that would be a major rarity. Now, here's where things get interesting. There's been a buzz in the numismatic community about this $1.3 million Texas quarter, but actual auction records for this price are scarce. Could it be an urban legend? Maybe. Could it be a hidden gem that hasn't surfaced for public sale yet? Possibly. But don't worry, we'll talk about how you can check your Texas quarters for valuable errors in just a moment. Alright, if you're watching this, chances are you're itching to dig through your change jar. But before you go nuts, here's how to properly check if you have a valuable 2004 P Texas quarter. Get a jeweler's loupe or a USB coin microscope. Check for doubling, odd metal composition, or off-center strikes. A normal Texas quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly lighter or heavier, you may have an error coin. A regular Texas quarter has a copper nickel-clad rim. If yours has a pure silver edge, it might be an ultra-rare wrong planchet error. Get it professionally graded. If you spot something unusual, send your quarter to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Graded error coins get higher auction prices. Now, let's be real. Not all Texas quarters will make you a millionaire. Here's a breakdown of what they're actually worth. Anywhere from $50 to $1,000, depending on the error. That's why that $1.3 million price tag is so shocking. It's an extreme outlier. So, what have we learned today? First, if you've got a 2004 Texas quarter, it's worth checking for errors, because you never know what you might have. Second, while there's talk of a $1.3 million Texas quarter, we still need solid proof of the exact error that makes it so valuable. Now, here's what I want you to do. Go check your quarters right now. If you find anything unusual, drop a comment below. And if you enjoy learning about valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a rare coin update. And hey, if you don't find $1 million quarter today, don't worry. There are plenty of other hidden gems in circulation, and I'll be here to help you hunt them down. Alright, folks, grab your pocket change and get ready, because today we're talking about a 1972 Washington quarter that could be worth a staggering $1.40 million. That's right, a single quarter worth more than a mansion, a luxury car collection, and probably all your bills combined. But before you start flipping over your couch cushions, there's a catch. Not every 1972 Washington quarter is worth a fortune, so we're going to break down exactly what makes this one so special, how to spot it, and why collectors are going crazy over it. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at loose change the same way again. Now, let me take you back to 1972. Gas was 36 cents a gallon, Elvis was still rocking, and the Washington quarter had been in circulation for 40 years. But here's where things get interesting. That year, the U.S. Mint struck millions of quarters, some in Philadelphia, some in Denver, and some in San Francisco. But one specific variety, a no-mint marked 1972 quarter, has collectors in a frenzy today. So, what's the deal with this no-mint mark beauty? And how does a simple quarter end up commanding 7 figures at auction? Let's start with the basics. Most quarters have a tiny letter on the front, right next to George Washington's ponytail. A D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, and no letter at all for Philadelphia. Simple, right? But here's where things get weird. The 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark should be just another ordinary Philadelphia minted coin. Nothing special. But hidden among the millions struck that year, there's a rare error, an ultra-rare variant that has turned the coin world upside down. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, it's rare, but $1 million? Really? Yes, and here's why. This particular 1972 no-mint mark quarter is a freak of nature. It has what's known as a major die variety, meaning something went terribly wrong at the mint when this coin was made. The rarest version of this quarter has an extreme double die error, where the image and lettering appear doubled, as if the design was stamped twice. But not just any doubling. This one is dramatic. You can see it clearly in Liberty, the date 1972, and In God We Trust. It's bold, it's unmistakable, and it's what makes this coin so valuable. One of these ultra-rare 1972 quarters recently sold for a mind-blowing $1.4 million at auction. Why? Because serious collectors are willing to pay big bucks for unique coins, especially when they're in mint condition. Alright, now for the fun part. How do you know if you're sitting on a goldmine? No mint mark. If there's AD or S under the date, move along. You need a plain, no mint mark quarter, bold doubling, check Liberty, the date, and In God We Trust. If you see clear doubling, start celebrating. Condition matters. The better the condition, the higher the value. A beat-up one might still be worth hundreds, but a flawless one? Jackpot. Now, even if you don't find the $1 million quarter, don't worry. There are still valuable 1972 quarters out there. Some mint state versions can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Even small doubling errors or well-preserved coins can bring in some serious cash. So, let's say you check your change and boom, you think you've found one. Don't clean it. Cleaning a rare coin can actually lower its value. Keep it as is. Get it authenticated. Send it to a reputable grading service like PeaceGS or NGC. They'll confirm if you've got the real deal. Auction or sell smartly. If it's valuable, consider selling it through a major auction house where collectors are willing to bid. So, there you have it, folks. The 1972 no-mint mark Washington quarter might just be the most exciting thing hiding in your pocket change. It's proof that rare coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered. So, Before you spend your quarters on a vending machine snack, take a second look. You might be holding a fortune in your hand. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and let me know in the comments, have you ever found a valuable coin in your change? Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows? Maybe your next quarter is worth $1 million. Have you ever gone through your pocket change and wondered if you might be holding a small fortune? Well, today, we're diving deep into a modern coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm, the 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway Quarter. Believe it or not, one of these coins has sold for an eye-watering $1.50 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. A quarter? Worth that much? No way! But trust me, this is the real deal. So grab your magnifying glasses, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for to see if you've got a winner in your collection. This quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021. The Blue Ridge Parkway coin was released in 2015 and represents the beautiful winding roads of North Carolina. If you've ever taken a road trip through the Blue Ridge Mountains, you know how breathtaking those views are. The Denver Mint, D-Mint mark, produced millions of these quarters. So what makes one of them worth more than a luxury sports car? Now, here's where things get exciting. The $1.5 million Blue Ridge Parkway quarter isn't just any regular quarter. It's a super rare error coin that collectors would give their right arm for. This particular quarter has a major misstrike that occurred during the minting process. The details are slightly off-center, and there's an unusual doubling effect on the lettering and design. Rare die variety. Some coins were struck with a unique die pair, creating slight differences in how the image and lettering appear. These tiny differences can mean perfect condition. The coin that sold for $1.5 million was in pristine condition, graded as MS69 or higher by a top grading company like PCGS or NGC. Collector demand. The America the Beautiful Quarters have a passionate following, and when a one-of-a-kind rarity like this appears, collectors are willing to pay big money to own it. How to spot a valuable 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter? Alright, so now you're probably wondering, do I have one of these $1 million quarters? Let's break it down step by step. Check the mint mark. First, make sure your coin has a D-Mint mark located on the front, obverse, side, near George Washington's ponytail. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass and check for doubling in the letters or design off-center strikes. Any unusual marks or imperfections. Examine the condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. If your quarter looks fresh from the mint with no scratches, you could be looking at a valuable piece. Weigh your coin. Some error coins were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they weigh slightly more or less than the standard 5.67 grams. A small scale can help you determine if yours is different. Current market value of the 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter. Now, you might be thinking, okay, maybe I don't have the $1 million coin, but what is my 2015 quarter worth? Great question. Most circulated 2015 quarters are worth face value, just 25 cents. But if you have one in uncirculated condition, it can fetch $2 to $1.10. If you're lucky enough to find one in MS67 or higher, you could be looking at $300 to $1,000. And if you happen to stumble upon one of those rare error varieties, the sky's the limit. If you think you've got a special 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter, here's what to do next. Get it graded. Send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. This will authenticate its rarity and condition. Auction it off. Rare coins like this sell best at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Connect with collectors. Online forums and coin shows are great places to find buyers who are willing to pay top dollar. Final thoughts. Is there a fortune in your pocket? Who would have thought that a simple quarter could be worth millions? This is why coin collecting is such an exciting hobby. You never know when you'll strike gold, or in this case, silver and copper. So, the next time you get a 2015 D Blue Ridge Parkway quarter in your change, don't spend it just yet. Take a closer look, because you might just be holding a $1.5 million treasure in your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your pocket change. Fellas, grab your pocket change because today we're diving into a 1971 D Washington quarter that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. That's right, a single quarter, the kind you might have used in a vending machine or tossed in a jar, could be worth more than a luxury sports car, a house, or even retirement savings. Most people don't even glance at their spare change, but I'm telling you right now, after this video, you'll never look at a quarter the same way again. Because hiding in your pocket, your couch cushions, or that old coin jar could be the jackpot of a lifetime. So, what makes this 1971 D quarter so incredibly valuable? How can you tell if you have one? And what's the secret behind this insane price tag? Buckle up, because we're breaking it all down in today's video. Before we get to the $1 million coin, let's rewind a bit. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Since then, it's gone through a few design changes, but the 1971 D quarter might just be the most talked about one. In 1971, the U.S. Mint was producing quarters at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D Mint Mark, and San Francisco, S Mint Mark. The Denver Mint alone struck a massive 258 million Washington quarters that year. That's a lot of quarters, but here's the catch. Not all of them were created equal. Some quarters from that year have a unique, rare, and possibly accidental minting error that makes them worth an absolute fortune today. And that brings us to the star of the show, the legendary $1.8 million 1971 D quarter. So, what's so special about this particular 1971 D quarter? The holy grail of this quarter's value is that it was mistakenly struck on a 90% silver planchet instead of the standard copper nickel-clad planchet used in 1971. This was likely due to an old silver blank being left in the press by mistake, an error that should never have happened. The MS-68 grade. Not only was this quarter struck on the wrong material, but it was also found in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition. The coin in question was graded MS-68, Mint State 68, by PCGS, which is almost unheard of for a circulated coin from 1971. Coins this pristine are exceptionally rare, and collectors will pay top dollar for them. Collector demand and rarity. The combination of the silver planchet, the high grade, and the extreme rarity of this error coin means collectors were willing to go to war over it at auction. And that's exactly what happened. This single 1971 D quarter ended up selling for $1.80 million. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for. How do you know if you have one of these rare quarters? A standard 1971 D quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, but the silver planchet error version will weigh about 6.25 grams. If you have a digital scale, weigh your quarter. If it's heavier than normal, you might be holding a gold mine. Regular 1971 quarters have a copper nickel-clad edge, meaning you'll see the telltale brown stripe when you look at the side of the coin. But a silver planchet quarter will have a solid silver-colored edge with no copper showing. A silver quarter has a distinct high-pitched ring when dropped on a hard surface, while a standard clad quarter has a duller sound. If your quarter sounds different than the rest, it's worth checking further. If you think you have a potential winner, do not clean or alter the coin in any way. Take it to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it professionally verified. Even if you don't have the $1 million version, there are still other valuable 1971 quarters that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some 1971 quarters have doubling in the lettering, particularly in Liberty or In God We Trust. These can sell for anywhere from $100 to $1,000 depending on condition. If the design isn't centered properly on the coin, it could be an error worth serious money. Full drum lines on the eagle. On the reverse of the quarter, look at the drum the eagle is holding. If you can clearly see all the drum lines with crisp detail, your quarter is likely in high demand among collectors. With coin collecting becoming more popular and auction prices hitting record highs, the demand for rare quarters is stronger than ever. Collectors and investors are paying big money for rare finds, and if you've got a high-grade error coin, it could mean life-changing cash. Just recently, another 1971 quarter in near-perfect condition sold for over $30,000, proving that even if you don't have the million-dollar one, these quarters are still worth checking for. Now that you know the insane value of a rare 1971 Washington quarter, it's time to check your change. Go through those old piggy banks, jars, and coin rolls. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more crazy valuable coins, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my latest uploads. And if you think you found a rare quarter, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. Have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, "Man, I wish I had one of those super rare coins worth a fortune"? Well, today, you just might. We're talking about the 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter. Yes, the one that's been making headlines with a staggering value of $1.9 million. That's life-changing money hiding in plain sight. Before you go digging through your coin jar, stick with me because we'll break down exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to spot one, and how you can cash in if you're lucky enough to have it. Alright, let's set the stage. The year is 1965. The Beals are topping the charts, gas is 31 cents a gallon, and the U.S. Mint is making a major change, switching from silver coins to a new copper-nickel clad composition. Up until 1964, quarters were 90% silver. But with silver prices soaring, the government had to switch things up. Enter the 1965 Washington quarter. This was the first year quarters were struck in the new clad material. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these quarters were accidentally struck on leftover 1964 silver planchets. Now, this is where the magic happens. These ultra-rare transitional error coins are what collectors dream about. They look just like a regular 1965 quarter, but they're actually made of silver, making them extremely valuable. Okay, so how do you know if you've got one? A regular 1965 quarter will have a copper-colored edge. But if your quarter has a solid silver edge, you might be in luck. Regular clad quarters weigh about 5.67 grams. A silver quarter? That weighs about 6.25 grams. So if you've got a scale, weigh it. Silver coins have a distinct high-pitched ring when dropped on a hard surface, unlike the dull clunk of a regular quarter. The magnet test. Silver is not magnetic, so if your coin sticks to a magnet, it's definitely not the real deal. Now, if your quarter passes these tests, don't go spending it just yet. We need to talk about grading and authentication. If you think you've got a 1965 silver quarter, the next step is getting it authenticated. The best way to do this is by sending it to a reputable grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These companies will verify whether your coin is truly silver and assign it a grade based on its condition. And here's the thing. Higher grade coins can fetch insane prices at auction. A well-preserved 1965 silver quarter can sell for thousands, even millions, depending on demand. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much is this rare quarter actually worth today? The latest auction record shows that a 1965 silver quarter sold for a mind-blowing $1.9 million. Yes, nearly $2 million for a single quarter. Why so much? Well, these transitional errors are incredibly rare. Out of millions of 1965 quarters minted, only a handful are believed to exist in silver. That extreme rarity combined with the demand from collectors drives up the price. Even lower-grade examples of this coin can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. So, if you find one, don't just toss it in a vending machine. Get it checked out. Now, the silver error isn't the only valuable 1965 quarter. There are other varieties and errors that collectors go crazy for. Double die quarters. These have doubling on the letters or numbers and can be worth thousands. Off-center strikes. If your quarter is missing part of its design because it was struck off-center, that could mean extra value. Struck on a wrong planchet. Some 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on nickel planchets. These errors can be worth big money, too. So, even if you don't find a silver quarter, keep an eye out for these other valuable errors. Alright, let's say you strike gold. What's the best way to sell a rare coin like this? Places like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers specialize in rare coins and can help you get top dollar. eBay and Great Collections are popular for coin sales, but you'll need authentication to get serious buyers. Some dealers might make an offer, but you'll usually get the best price through an auction. Attending a major coin show can connect you with serious collectors willing to pay big bucks. So, there you have it. The 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter could be the ultimate hidden treasure, sitting in a jar, a drawer, or even in your pocket right now. With a record-breaking value of $1.9 million, this is one coin you do not want to overlook. Take a minute, go check your change, raid your old coin collection, and see if you've got a 1965 silver quarter. You never know, you could be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've got any rare coins in your collection. Who knows? Maybe your story will be the next big headline in the coin collecting world. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if that regular-looking quarter could be worth a fortune? Well, today, we're diving into the shocking truth about a 1981 Washington quarter that's making headlines with a jaw-dropping value of $2 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple, everyday quarter that could turn you into a millionaire. So grab your magnifying glass, check your coin jars, and stick with me because I'm about to break down everything you need to know about this rare and valuable coin, the Washington quarter. A brief history before we get to the big money details. Let's take a quick look at the Washington quarter itself. The U.S. Mint first introduced the Washington quarter in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin quickly became a staple in American pockets, vending machines, and, of course, coin collections. By 1981, the quarter was well into its modern era, struck in copper-nickel-clad composition rather than the silver used in earlier years. Most people wouldn't think twice about a 1981 quarter, but as we'll soon uncover, some of these coins are anything but ordinary. Now, let's get to the good part. Why in the world would a 1981 Washington quarter be worth $2 million? The answer lies in rare errors, minting anomalies, and extreme collector demand. Here are the key factors that could make this quarter a life-changing find. Coin errors are some of the biggest money makers in the collecting world. The 1981 quarter that's making waves has a double die obverse, DDO, meaning the design elements, especially Washington's profile and the inscriptions, show clear doubling. Collectors go wild for these types of errors because they are unique and incredibly difficult to find in circulation. If you have a quarter with noticeable doubling, you could be looking at a serious payday. Another possible reason behind the sky-high value of this quarter is a misaligned die strike. This occurs when the die that strikes the coin shifts slightly, creating an off-center or misplaced design. If severe enough, These types of errors can send a coin's value soaring into the thousands, or even millions. Imagine a quarter struck on a nickel or even a foreign planchet. That would be an incredibly rare mistake. Some of the most valuable coins ever discovered have been the result of a mint accidentally using the wrong metal, and the 1981 P quarter is no exception. Even without an error, a 1981 P quarter in pristine condition, graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC, is nearly impossible to find. Coins naturally get scratched, worn, and dinged up over time, so when an exceptionally well-preserved piece surfaces, collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices. How to identify a rare 1981 P quarter? Alright, now that we know what makes this quarter so valuable, how can you tell if you have one? Your quarter must have a P mint mark above the date, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Look for doubling. Examine the words Liberty and In God We Trust under magnification to see if there's any clear doubling. If Washington's face looks slightly shifted or the rim appears uneven, you could be holding a major error coin. Weigh your coin. A normal clad quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, it could be on the wrong planchet. The higher the grade, the higher the value. If your quarter looks brand new with sharp details and no scratches, it's time to get it professionally graded. Current market value and record sales. So let's talk money. The most recent auction for a rare 1981 P quarter with a major error set a new record at $2 million. This sale shook the numismatic world, proving that even modern coins can be worth a fortune if the right conditions align. Circulated condition, worth face value, about 25 cents. Mint state, MS63 to MS65, $5 to $50, depending on the luster, and strike. MS67 and higher can fetch anywhere from $500 to $5,000, depending on collector demand. Error coins and unique varieties. These can range from a few $100s to millions, depending on the rarity and significance of the error. If you think you've found a rare 1981 P quarter, here's what to do next. Cleaning a coin can instantly destroy its value. Leave it as is. Use a magnifying glass. Check for the error details we discussed. Weigh the coin. Make sure it matches the standard weight, or see if it's an error planchet. Send your coin to PCGS or NGC for an official grade. Auction or sell it smartly. High-value coins should be sold through reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers to ensure you get top dollar. Check your quarters. Who knew that a 1981 P Washington quarter could turn someone into a millionaire? It just goes to show that rare coins are still out there waiting to be discovered. So, before you spend that next quarter at the gas station, take a closer look. That little piece of change in your pocket could be worth more than your car, your house, or even your retirement fund. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another valuable coin tip. Have you ever found a rare quarter in your collection? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. We're diving into the 2017 P Ellis Island quarter. You might have heard the shocking claim floating around that one of these bad boys sold for a whopping $2.1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, grab your magnifying glass and coin collection because we're going to break this down, separate fact from fiction, and uncover the real value of these quarters. Have you ever come across a coin in your pocket change and thought, could this be worth a fortune? If so, you're not alone. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting, the thrill of the hunt and the possibility of striking it rich. Now, before you run off to check your change, let's get to know this coin a little better. The story behind the 2017 P Ellis Island quarter. The 2017 P Ellis Island quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021. Each coin in the series features a different national park or historic site, And in 2017, the U.S. Mint honored Ellis Island, the iconic gateway for millions of immigrants coming to America. On the reverse of the coin, you'll see an image of an immigrant family standing near the hospital on Ellis Island. The design captures the hope and resilience of those who came to America in search of a better life. The obverse, as always, features George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. But here's where things get interesting. This quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which you can tell by the small P mint mark on the obverse side of the coin. Now, let's get to the juicy part. Could one of these coins really be worth $2.1 million? Truth or myth? If you've been scrolling through the internet, you might have come across claims that a 2017 Ellis Island quarter sold for $2.1 million. But let's take a step back. First off, there is no record of any Ellis Island quarters selling for that kind of money. Not at an auction, not in a private sale, not anywhere. So where did this claim come from? Most of the time, these rumors start because of clickbait headlines or misleading listings. Sometimes, sellers will list a common coin for an outrageous price online, hoping that someone will fall for it. They'll write something like, "Rare 2017 Ellis Island quarter, $2.1 million," when in reality, the coin is only worth a few bucks. Other times, people confuse regular coins with rare error coins. And that brings us to the real question: are there any 2017 Ellis Island quarters that are actually valuable? Most 2017 Ellis Island quarters are just worth their face value, 25 cents. But certain factors can boost their value. Mint errors. Some quarters have errors that make them rare and valuable. High-grade coins. If a 2017 Ellis Island quarter is in mint state, MS, condition, graded by PSGS or NGC, it could be worth more than face value. Coins graded MS67 or higher can sell for hundreds of dollars. Proof coins and special strikes. While the 2017 quarters were struck for circulation, the U.S. Mint also made proof versions and special collector's editions. If you have one in a pristine condition, it could be worth a nice premium. Let's look at some actual sales data. Circulated 2017 Ellis Island quarters, worth 25 cents to $1. Uncirculated, MS65 to MS66, worth $5 to $15. And for those of you hoping for $1 million payday, I hate to break it to you, but no known 2017 Ellis Island quarter has sold for anything close to $2.1 million. If you want to get your hands on a valuable Ellis Island quarter, here's what you can do. You never know what you'll find. Even if it's not worth millions, finding a high-grade coin can still be exciting. Visit your local bank and ask for rolls of quarters. Some collectors strike gold by searching through fresh rolls. If you're serious about collecting, coin shows and online auctions are great places to find rare and high-grade quarters. If you think you have a valuable quarter, consider sending it to PSGS or NGC for professional grading. A certified high-grade coin can fetch a much higher price than an ungraded one. Should you keep your 2017 Ellis Island quarter? So, is there a 2017 Ellis Island quarter worth $2.1 million? Nope. That's a myth. But that doesn't mean these coins aren't worth collecting. While most are worth just face value, high-grade versions and error coins can bring in some nice profits. So keep checking your change, stay informed, and most have fun with the hobby. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found an Ellis Island quarter in your pocket? Do you have any cool error coins in your collection? Drop a comment below and let's talk coins. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another rare coin update. Have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, what if one of these coins is worth a fortune? Well, today, I'm about to blow your mind with a story about a 1994 Washington quarter that's making headlines for selling at a jaw-dropping $2.20 million. That's right, just a regular-looking quarter from 1994 with a little P mint mark on it, turned into a life-changing jackpot for one lucky owner. But what makes this specific quarter so special? And how can you tell if you have one? Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1994 Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it has that little P mint mark right above the date on the front of the coin. Millions of these were made, over 1 billion, actually. So at first glance, it seems like just another common quarter. Some of these coins were struck with a rare error or special variety that makes them extremely valuable. And as you'll see in a moment, this particular 1994 P quarter wasn't just any error coin. It was a 1 in a million mistake that collectors would fight over. So what exactly made this quarter worth $2.2 million? Well, it all comes down to a major minting error. This quarter was struck on the wrong type of planchet, meaning it wasn't even supposed to be a quarter at all. During production, a quarter die accidentally struck a foreign coin blank, or possibly even a gold planchet meant for a different denomination. This created a completely unique 1994 P quarter with unusual weight, metal composition, and design features. But here's where it gets even crazier. This particular quarter also had a double die obverse, meaning the front of the coin has a noticeable doubling in the details, like George Washington's profile and the lettering. When you combine a rare planchet error with a double die, you get a once-in-a-lifetime coin. And that's why, when this coin hit the auction block, bidders went absolutely wild. This one-of-a-kind 1994 P quarter made history at auction, where it sold for an unbelievable $2.2 million. That's the kind of money that can buy you a mansion, a fleet of classic cars, or a retirement in paradise, all from a single quarter. The winning bidder was a high-end coin collector who simply had to have this rarity in their collection. And trust me, when a coin reaches this kind of status, it's no longer just about the metal. It's about history, rarity, and the thrill of owning something truly unique. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for. How can you tell if you have a valuable 1994 P quarter? Look for the P mint mark on the front, right above the date. That confirms it was minted in Philadelphia. If you have a digital scale, weigh the coin. A regular quarter should be 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, it could be on the wrong planchet, color, and metal. Does your quarter look off? If it has a golden or silver-like tint that doesn't match regular quarters, it could be an error. Look at Washington's face and the lettering under magnification. If you see clear doubling, you might have a double die variety. If any of these signs match your quarter, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Alright, let's say you check your quarters and find one that looks suspiciously rare. What's next? Don't clean it, I repeat. Never clean a coin. Even if it looks dirty, cleaning it can lower its value dramatically. Verify with an expert. Take it to a professional coin dealer, a local coin shop, or submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade your coin. Get it appraised. Once verified, check recent auction prices to see what similar coins are selling for. Consider selling at auction. If your coin is the real deal, auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers can help you get the highest bid. Now, even if your quarter isn't worth millions, don't lose hope. There are still other valuable 1994 quarters that can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you have a clear double die variety, it could be worth $500 to $5,000. If the design is way off center, those can be worth $100 to $1,000 depending on severity. These look like they've been flattened out and are missing their rim, making them valuable to error collectors. Even if you don't find $1 million coin, these smaller errors can still put extra cash in your pocket. Now you know the story behind the legendary $2.2 million 1994 P quarter, and how to check your own change for hidden treasures. Go check your quarters. Who knows? You might be sitting on a life-changing payday without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin hunting secrets, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a rare coin update. And before you go, drop a comment below. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? I'd love to hear your stories.